BC buy sell signal update. We're going to do technical analysis on NEO and see where you need to buy it so that you make about 40 to 50% of your money. This was released previously about 8 hours ago on the English private members only Asian Whale Club. And you can join us at bitcoinsoul.org if you want to join our whale club in Asia. Okay, so that's the link, by the way, number 3 link on this page. Okay, let's go back to this chart. This is a fascinating chart. You see how much money's in here? Now, let me zoom in here to show you how much money's in here. Started at 041, 0041, and now we're talking at the top 014. That's, wow, that's a lot. That's 1, 2, 3, that's over 300%. Almost 400%. It'd be 1600 if it was 400%. And you can see 1500 up here at the top, right? Okay, so let's chart what happened so that you know what's going to happen. Let's start here. From here to here, this is 60%. This is a 60% rise from this low point to this high point. And did we know this low point? Yes. In the Whale Club, we said buy right here. And did we know this high point? Yes, in the Whale Club, we said sell right here. How did we know how to do that? Watch. This line goes to 0079. So let's just call it at 0080 to be safe, okay? This is 0080. And it went all the way up to 014. 014. So 80 to 14, that's 60%. You can get a calculator and just do 8 divided by 14, or 08 divided by 14, and it'll give you 60%, almost 60%. What happened before that? Well, before that, let's go down here. If you start down here, we are at 45, right about here, 45. But let's make it simple and just call it 40, okay, for easy math. And then it went all the way up to here, which is 120. Right about here, 120. Yep. Well, how much is 40 into 120? 4 times 3 is 12, right? Right? Did I do that right? 300%. This is 300% here. This is 60% here. 300, 60. 300%, 60%. But notice what's happening here too. The distance, the time that it takes to get from here, well, from here to here to here is also shrinking. Look, I'm going to do this again. The time that it takes from this triangle to this base, right? Exactly the same width. I'm going to compare to here. It's exactly half. Look at that. Half the distance from this peak to the base of this triangle. What does this mean? This tells you how much, how high the next peak is going to be, and when the next peak is going to be. Why? It's not just a paper chart. No, it's not even paper. It's LCD, right? It's not even the chart. This is a representation of human habits and behavior. Again, this is a representation, a graphical representation of human habits and behavior. You have the same buying habits that you had yesterday, and you have the same buying habits that you had the day before, and you will have the same buying habits you had today. You'll have it tomorrow. It's the same with everybody else on this map. Everyone's acting exactly the same way, so you get exactly the same chart results. Okay, what are those results? First of all, notice here, I drew a line that shows this green line at the bottom. This green line coincides with the base of this triangle. And this triangle was drawn at the very peak, at the highest amount of increase in cost, at the highest acceleration of price. There is a beautiful triangle. Toward the end of the triangle, there's a little bump, and it starts dropping down to a line that matches the exact same height of the base of this triangle. Is this unique? Where did I get this triangle from? I got it from the previous triangle. At the height of the acceleration, at the greatest point of price acceleration, you have a triangle. Toward the end of the triangle, you have a little bump, and then again it drops to where? Again, the lowest apex of the triangle. Where did I get this from? Here, you have a triangle at the greatest point of acceleration, and at the end of this triangle, you have a bump. You see that bump there? And then it goes down to where? To the baseline of the lowest point of the triangle. Are you starting to see this pattern here? Life is a pattern, folks. you do the same thing you did yesterday, you do it today, and you're going to do the same thing tomorrow, and so will everybody else, until you learn or become enlightened or something, right? So then what happens? After this triangle ends, you have a bump here, and you have a couple bumps, and that's when you start the regular process of accelerating the price of NEO. And this was a massive acceleration. It took a couple days. This only took half the time. And so that's how we know what the lowest price point is that you're going to be able to get this coin for, NEO. So here, what's the lowest you're going to be able to get NEO for? It's right here. The first resistance line was right here at 110. So we bought between 110 and 105. This is technically the base of where the bottom triangle is. So the Asian Whale Club, we bought at 105, and we rode it all the way up to 115, and we made 10%. We could have sold, but we didn't, because the supply is actually getting thinner. Too many people are buying now, so we didn't want to sell. Normally we would have sold and then bought back down here and then sold again, but not in this case. We couldn't do it. So where's it going to go next? Here's the fascinating point. Okay, this particular line will go all the way down to meet the bottom of the apex of the triangle from before and the trend line. Notice this long green trend line? Did you notice something here? Even here, it goes down to the bottom to meet the bottom apex of this triangle as support, and then goes up. This did the same thing. This particular triangle did the same thing, met the bottom apex of the triangle at the bottom apex height, but guess what? It didn't hit the trend line. It didn't hit the trend line yet. What does that tell me? That tells me that these lines are just going to go up and down and up and down and up and down 3 more times until it hits this trend line. And look at what happened here before. When it hit the trend line, it started going up. When it hit the trend line, it started going up. When it hits the trend line, it'll start going up. That's what's going to happen. How high will it go? I give you a hint. I'll give you an exact number.